Hi there, I'm Erin Phalo, anchor of News 9 Daybreak and host of New Hampshire Chronicle here at WMUR. And I want to welcome you to the 2020 New Hampshire Walk to Defeat ALS. The 2020 walk is especially important because we're celebrating its 20th anniversary. This year has been challenging for many, but a rallying call went out asking you to continue to help raise awareness and funds for ALS, and you really came through. From corporations to returning teams to individual participants, each one of you has taken part in making this year's Walk to Defeat ALS a success. It's been my honor to help kick off this walk for the past several years in New Hampshire. At each event, I have met a number of people who are living with ALS. They face their diagnosis with such great courage, and every single one of them is an inspiration to us all. ALS does not define who you are. You are mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, and friends, and we will celebrate that at today's walk. It has also been wonderful over the years to meet the many team members, family, friends, and caregivers. They are such a support to those living with ALS, and they have dedicated themselves to doing what they can to find a cure. As we think about the reasons why we walk to defeat ALS, remember that you can help hold a key to unlock ALS. I'm looking forward to seeing how you're participating from your own homes and neighborhoods this year. Before we go out and walk today, we're going to be hearing some special messages from individuals, teams, and community partners that we're fortunate enough to partner with. New Hampshire, thank you for helping to defeat ALS.
Hello, I'm Joanne Conroy, President and CEO of DartmouthHitchcock Health, and co-chair of New Hampshire's 2020 Walk to Defeat ALS. So Dartmouth-Hitchcock is proud to partner with the ALS Association of Northern New England for several reasons. Number one, we serve a very large community of people with ALS across New Hampshire and Vermont. Number two, we have a real commitment to research to discover effective cures for ALS. Dr. Elijah Stommel, who has been featured in Nature magazine and on a national podcast, talks about the role of cyanobacteria in the etiology and the causes of ALS. His work is groundbreaking and will help us identify new cures. The funds that we raise support not only the access to clinics across New Hampshire and Vermont, but also families and patients who depend on the support of walks like this to provide services that are not covered by insurance. If you have ever worked with a patient who has ALS, you realize how critically important these services are. Some of the benefits that we have actually started to develop before COVID-19, but certainly have become much more effective during the pandemic, is the opportunity for telehealth with Dartmouth-Hitchcock specialists. We currently do about 25% of our visits using telehealth right now. And just imagine how important this can be for a family who's helping a family member who suffers with ALS in terms of connecting with their providers and helping improve the care that they receive.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Maura Weston. I am co-chair of the 2020 New Hampshire Walk to Defeat ALS. I'm also the captain of the team Weston Walkers. We are walking for our 4th year this year, and we are thrilled to participate as a team, and I'm delighted to serve as co-chair with Joanne of this year's event. My family and I, the Weston Walkers team, are walking in honor of my mother, Marie Weston, known as Meme to her 12 grandchildren. My mother passed from ALS in February of 2017, when my children were only 7 and 9. We not only walk in her honor and memory, but we walk because we know that the funds we raise are absolutely critical to not only ALS patients and their families, but their caregivers. We know that well. We worked with the association when my mother was failing. We were the beneficiaries of their support. And this is a way for our family and the Weston Walkers team to give back. This is the 4th year that we have walked as a team, and we're delighted to be back. We really know and understand the challenges faced by patients and their families. I could not have imagined the road that we would walk down after the day my mother was diagnosed, and what we would learn from that experience. The key thing that I have learned and that we hope to communicate to others is the importance of participating to create hope for patients and hope for their families. That is truly what our work is about. The Weston Walkers team set a goal of raising $7,500 this year, and we are well on our way to meeting that goal. We hope that donations continue to come in, even if it's after the walk. We will take them whenever our supporters can make them. We also want to thank community partners who we reached out to in this effort to support the walk. I want to thank Derry Medical Group for sponsoring today's event, and also Bellwether Community Credit Union. We really appreciate the support of those organizations in our community and their willingness to be a part of our team. I will let you know that today we're walking in the Lakes region in New Hampshire. We are in a place and with people who would bring much joy to my mother. And we are delighted to participate, and thank you to those who have supported us.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Sherry Hausman, and I'm the president and CEO of SolutionHealth. And I'm also a member of the corporate recruitment committee for the Walk to Defeat ALS. SolutionHealth is proud to be a sponsor of this year's event. And later you'll be hearing from some of our walkers who are members of SolutionHealth and have a special place in their heart for this year's walk. So I was thrilled to get a call from Dr. Joanne Conroy, my colleague, to invite us to be involved in this year's walk. And it's been a really positive experience for our team at SolutionHealth. We just really put out the word and were surprised to learn how many of those in our SolutionHealth family have been personally affected by this disease, as well as affected as caregivers for this devastating disease. And so we set a goal of $15,000 for our walkers, and we're very close to that goal. And it's been a great experience to pull our team together for this really important cause. So participation in the walk is certainly in keeping with the mission of SolutionHealth, which is to improve the health and well-being of the residents of New Hampshire. And we're proud to do our part to try and raise money to find a cure for this devastating disease.
Hi everyone, my name is Maura Brinzer and I am the Executive Director for the ALS Association Northern New England Chapter.
And we are Katie and the AARPs.
For the first time ever, we participated in the New Hampshire Walk to Defeat ALS because we wanted to make a difference.
But we wanted to do something a little bit different to raise funds for ALS.
So we put our creative minds together and decided to take on a bike challenge.
Well, this was no ordinary bike challenge.
It really wasn't. We decided that we wanted to challenge ourselves to ride a minimum of 150 miles in 4 days, traveling the seacoast of New Hampshire and Maine.
None of us had ever done anything like this before, but we thought it was important. ALS is such a devastating disease. Raising money for it is critical.
Yes, so that the ALS Association can find new treatments and cures.
As well as provide support to families living in Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont.
And advocate for strong legislation to support those living with the disease.
It was great knowing we were doing something really important for a great cause.
And we were able to raise over $9,000.
Woo! So Katie and the AARPs are back together to walk in honor and memory of those that have been impacted by ALS. And we want to thank all of you for joining us. Are we ready, team?
All set?
You bet! Let's go!
Hi everyone, it's Amber Stalker, your Director of Care Services at the ALS Association, Northern New England Chapter. I'm so honored and grateful to be joining you for this virtual walk this year. as part of the Dartmouth-Hitchcock ALS walk team. I'm getting ready to walk to defeat ALS in my neighborhood today. I wanted to take a moment, though, to tell you what your support means to the ALS community during this time. As you probably know, we have suspended our face-to-face services, such as support groups and home visits. Thankfully now we're actually able to get back into clinics, which is wonderful to be able to see people and have a much more personalized interaction with our families. And virtual is the name of the game these days. We've been going full steam ahead with our virtual support groups, even added a caregiver group this year. And it's been a really great opportunity, new opportunities to support people who have previously not been able to join in-person groups due to distance, as well as continue to support those who have been attending groups altogether and look to those groups to really connect with others for that much needed peer support and working through their day-to-day strategies with each other to lean on and to learn from others taking the same journey. Virtual home visits have enabled us to have the care services team meet with people on a more personal level outside of just simply emailing and phone calls. We're very excited. This past June we had our virtual advocacy day, and we were able to facilitate meetings between our people living with ALS and their legislators so that their voices were heard. So on priorities important to them, such as funding for research, waiving the SSDI waiting period, access to treatments, we were able to connect 5 advocates, and they completed 11 phone visits with the staff and the legislative staff or legislators during our virtual day on the Hill. We were able to offer a virtual caregivers lab this year in collaboration with the doctoral PT program at Franklin Pierce University here in New Hampshire. You can check our YouTube channel for the videos of that. And we're right now planning our virtual symposium. 3 days of Information Expo, October 16th, 23rd, and 30th. We hope you'll join us. Registration is free. It's on our website. If you have any questions, just give us a call. We have bumped up our care services news so that we're sending that up monthly so we can keep people informed about the support groups and any other services that they might need. Our DME, our Durable Medical Equipment Loan Program, is ongoing. Families can access communication and durable medical equipment to maintain independence, to stay safe, and do the things they want to do. Through our Quality of Life Grant program this year, we've been able to support home modifications, communication equipment, transportation, and much needed respite for care partners providing care in the home. We're also continuing with our aftercare bereavement program for families whose loved ones have passed. And all this is possible due to you and your teams continuing to support the ALS community here in northern New England. And on behalf of the families that I work with in New Hampshire, I want to thank you all so very much.
Hi, my name's Kelly Rafferty, and I'm walking this year in the ALS New Hampshire Walk as part of Team SolutionHealth. I hope that you'll join us in walking to raise awareness and funds to support research to find a cure for ALS. This year, I'm walking in memory of my friend Mike, who lost his battle with ALS 6 years ago. Please join us. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Robicheaux. I am an employee of SolutionHealth, and I'm also walking to defeat ALS on Saturday, October 10th, and I'm super excited. I'm walking because my grandmother was diagnosed with ALS a few years back, and it was just the most devastating, heart-wrenching diagnosis that you could ever imagine, especially with someone in your family who you're really close with. So it really crushed my family, and we're always looking for ways that we can just share the message about ALS and what it is and how it affects people and their families. So when I learned that SolutionHealth was taking part in this walk on Saturday, October 10th, I was stoked, to say the least. Super excited that me and my family can be involved in this walk to defeat ALS and just spread recognition about what the disease is, and again, how it affects families of those who are living with it. And it's so important to me that I work for an organization that takes part in these events and really puts value in its employees to be better and to be a part of something bigger. So again, I'm really excited to walk on Saturday, and thank you so much for putting on the event.
The generous support of our foundation and corporate supporters enables the ALS Association Northern New England chapter to make a positive difference in the lives of ALS patients, family members, and caregivers. Through this support, we're able to fund comprehensive research, patient and community services, public education, and advocacy programs. We're honored to thank this year's local partners. Presenting sponsor, Dartmouth-Hitchcock Health, Bellwether Community Credit Union, Derry Medical Center, Harvey Construction, Herron Smith Inc, and SolutionHealth. Thank you also to our national partners, NuMotion Foundation, MT Pharma America, and Permobil Foundation. To learn more about how your foundation or corporation can join in the fight against ALS through program support and sponsorship opportunities, please contact us today.
Here we go. Walking down the street.